What's going on, guys? Rob A here, and today we're going to be taking a look at LEGO Bionicle, set number 70795, Mask Maker versus Skull Grinder. Now this is one of the new wave of Bionicle sets that just released. Actually, they'll be releasing officially August 1st, at least here in the United States. I guess I already got some scratches on my my box, but hey, what are you going to do? So of course the set has 171 pieces and retails for about 30 bucks, depending on where you find it. I found this one at Toys R Us. And checking out the back here, you can see we get the Mask of Creation on the back here, as well as masks for each of our main characters here, the Mask Maker, and of course the Skull Grinder, yeah, that stuff. On the back here, you can, of course, add, combine, and do all sorts of things with your other Bionicle sets here to make new Bionicle characters, and it shows on the back. You get a little comic, kind of depicting the events taking place in the set. Shows some of the action features, such as the the little power gear on the back and the rotating firing hammer, I guess, for whatever reason. This guy has a interesting little skull snatch weapon, and of course giant horns like Tim Curry in Legend. So very, very cool. I am very excited about this set, actually. I liked the previous Bionicle wave, and I really like the look of this, plus of course the Mask of Creation is a must-have. So I'm going to go ahead and put this set together, and I will be right back with you guys. Alright guys, so here we have the Mask Maker versus the Skull Grinder. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Mask Maker first, just because he's a smaller guy and it'll be maybe a little quicker, I don't know. But here he is, the Mask Maker, and he is, just kind of your basic mini Bionicle figure. I guess one of the Protector figures. Looking really, really nice. He's got some really cool armor, and I'm going to pull his accessories out just for the moment and probably just show those off real quick. So, alright, fine. He's got this kind of shield slash saw blade thing. It's got a nice decorative piece that I think we're familiar with from Ninjago on there, and of course it spins. He can hold it in his hand by either of these two connector points. So you've got that going on. A very cool little thing. I like to just use it as kind of a shield. Just kind of stick it in like this way, and then you can hold it kind of as a shield on his side arm there. And he also comes with this fancy looking hammer. Look at that. It actually does fire studs, and of course it comes apart in two pieces as they normally do because of the way that their hands work. I wish it did come with a connector. That'd be nice, just so you could connect it when he's not holding it and have it look, like a cool hammer. But it does have the 6 stud firing block on the front of it, and you can fire it just by turning this little, turning the back half of the hammer, basically. So of course you just do that, and it immediately just shoots off onto the floor and into the cosmos somewhere. But it is a really cool looking hammer. I like the design. It's very simple, but very effective, and I think it's real nice hammer to make masks. As for the figure itself, again, it's very basic. You do get some really nice shoulder pauldrons here. Very nice, like pillars going up in nice gold, and his mask is actually also very neat. It is the gradient clear to gold, which I think just looks pretty killer, actually. Really, really nice looking, and that works really well. And you just pop it right on like so. He's got a lot of clear blue. As you can see, his arms and legs are both fully clear blue, so I don't know if he's supposed to be like ghostly or ethereal or something like that, but it works, and it looks really nice with the gold armor as well. So he's got the usual articulation that you'd expect from these smaller Bionicle. He's got the ball jointed neck, of course, the shoulders, the elbows, and the hands. He's got a little bit limited leg articulation because his hips are so close together that you get just the back and forth hips, and then the ball jointed knees and the ball jointed ankles as well. So you got that going on. And like I said, you can take the hammer and put that in his hand so he can make masks and stuff with it. And when he runs into trouble, you can also stick this saw blade shield thing on there, and he can defend himself quite readily. So there you go. And of course he has the usual kind of action gimmick where, I mean, it works pretty well. He can take his hammer and make stuff. He's got 3 gears here to hopefully keep this arm from sagging with the weight of the hammer, so there's that as well. And there is the mask maker. Now, on to the skull grinder. Alright, here is the skull grinder, and he looks super cool. I am going to take his weapon out of his hand as well, just because this thing is so stinking huge. It's got 3 like axe blades on it with all these hooks for, I guess, capturing masks. And it's just so big and so heavy that it does tend to weigh his arm down, kind of no matter what you do with it. So I'm just going to put this off to the side for the moment, and we will revisit this shortly. He does also come with a sword, also with the kind of hooked areas in it for getting those masks, and that's cool. But take a look at this guy's face. Like, seriously, this mask is like crazy cool. So spoopy. So yeah, he's got the big old horns coming out of the side of his head and this kind of skull looking mask, and he just looks like he is meaning business. Those red eyes glowing. And of course you can remove his mask just like you would any of the others, and he's much less intimidating that way. But just check out this skull, or this mask. Super cool looking, really nicely detailed, really nicely done. So there is that. Also his chest plate is printed with like metallic copper and things like that, and I love the way that they did the red on his chest, because it's done in such a way that if you look at it from a little distance, the light catches it and it almost looks like his chest is clear and you're seeing like more of this reddish orange stuff behind him, or behind his chest. So that's really cool. You also get these new bone pieces, which I think is super neat for the arms and the legs. You can see he's got real skinny kind of legs here. Lots of big armor pieces all over. His gimmick, of course, is that you move this back and forth, and he does the kind of arm swinging sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. He's got a nice, unique way of building his upper body using the, I guess you'd call them like propeller cylinders or something. I don't know exactly what the term is for them, but these big cylindrical pieces that normally you'd use for like an airplane propeller or something like that, they use for his shoulders to kind of bulk out his upper frame, and I think it works very well. He does have a dual hinged neck, as you can see, which is good because his head looks like it can get pretty easily lost in his ginormous chest area, so it's nice to have just that little bit of extra height to kind of move things around and kind of make them look how you like. I like to kind of tip it back, which does get in the way of his gimmick, but I think it looks pretty cool that way. His arms are, normally articulated. They do have the extenders here, like the legs normally do, so just be careful because that can have a tendency to pop off when you move it, but that's quite alright. And of course he's got the elbow bends and the wrist, and the hips are nice, and the same thing, the extended pieces, and of course the knees and the feet. So you're getting all the normal articulation. This guy is a little bit shorter than the largest of the Toa. I believe he's around close to Galley's height, but he's shorter than the Fire Toa. I'm afraid I don't have them with me now to show that off, but he is a bit shorter than they are. But he is quite wide and definitely intimidating looking with that head. But he's supposed to be kind of, you know, skeletal, so it's alright if he's a little smaller, a little thinner, you know. But I think he works quite well for what he's trying to do. Now, he does, like I said, have this big old thing. And I guess to use that, you're supposed to go in and, like, hook it around the mask, and then, you know, it pulls it right off. So that's kind of neat. Also, you know, he's got the sword, which is supposed to come in and, like, you know, bam, like he gets the sword behind it and just rips the mask off their face, which works well, and it's kind of cool and pretty violent actually. But yeah, so he can hold this giant thing in his hand, but as you can already see, it's like tipping back, but you can kind of force it into place, and then it does have this rear bit. So if you wanted to, you could pop the red spike here out and then stick the sword in the base of the weapon, which would make it insanely long, but you could, you know, have him kind of hold it up like that, and then his arm won't sag so much, I guess. Or you could have him, you know, dual wield it, stick his hand up here or something like that, and that would be pretty cool too. So yeah, you've got options there. In the meantime, I'll just kind of put him back. Put them all back in order. There you go. There he is. And last but certainly not least, you get a Mask of Creation in this set. And here it is. The Mask of Creation. I love all the little designs on the head crests and along the face. Really, really nice. I do wish that they had gone with not just the gold plastic, but the gold, you know, the gold painted plastic for this, for at least this mask. I mean, it's supposed to be such a special mask that you'd think, you know, should have like a little bit more special paint job, but that's all right. But you do get that as well, and it is a normal mask. I mean, it can go on any of your, you know, Bionicle figures. At least, you know, the newer Bionicle figures. So yeah, very, very cool. I really do like that a lot. You do get a stand with it as well. This stand does not normally have this pin in the middle here. I used this pin from the extra parts left over from the set, and I stuck it in between because otherwise, I'll actually just show you guys how this works. So it does come with this stand. You get a little round bit, and it does come with this. And normally the stand is built according to the instructions like this. Okay, so you've got this little bit hanging out here, and you're supposed to, you know, plug this in on the sides. But as you can see, it's just a sloppy, floppy mess, and the mask just hangs there like that, and it's just real sad looking. But if you just go ahead and stick this little, just a regular Technic pen that you're going to get, you know, you probably have 10,000 of hanging around somewhere. Just stick that in there. Come on. Alright, now it's going to be a jerk. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, I'm on camera? Let me be a jerk. Let me just not be helpful at all. Alright. There we go. Sorry. So, you know, once you have that Technic pin in there, it kind of tightens up those little holes there. So you just get this little knobby bit, and you put it right over that, and it just clips right on, and it's nice and solid, and it doesn't flop around, and it hangs on there beautifully, and you can just, of course, pop it right off as well. No muss, no fuss. Beautiful. I love it. Holds it perfectly straight, and it looks beautiful on display. Yeah, so really, really cool. I do like this set quite a lot. I'm a big fan of this guy because he's built like one of the better kind of protectors. And this dude is just awesome with his mask and the huge weapon that can be used for so many other things if you wanted to. You could hand out all those blades to other figures and you'd have an army, basically. But no, I really do like the set. I think it's pretty... really solid, really nice, solid Bionicle set. It's $30 for, you know, the 2 figures, which is normally, you know, $15 for that one and about $10 for this guy. And then, you know, the extra accessories, because he is more bulked up than your normal little guy, and he's got more like armor bits and things like that than your normal Bionicle guy, and then of course you get the extra mask. So I think that is where the extra cost comes from, and that was from Toys R Us, so I don't know if other places will have it for a lower retail price. But either way, I really do like the set, and I think you guys will too. So that is going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course subscribe if you want to see more. In the meantime, check out my channel. I've got way more stuff there that maybe you'll find something you didn't know you loved. And in the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.